the rumors around the place have been saying that Hypnosis might be coming back into the mainstream of the Pokemon video game championships. This is one queen's shocking indictment. And of course, with any queen, must become the king of Draft League YouTube content. The one, the only, the Jordan plays. Say hello.
Hi, Electric, aka Mancini the Amazing. Like, comment, and subscribe, everybody.
Yes, indeed. So for this episode of VGC analysis and demonstration, I think you nominated to do Sandy Shocks, right? What was it specifically that attracted you to Sandy Shocks?
Well, I just entered the big bad world of Series 2 Draft League, and Sandy Shocks was undervalued, and I'm like, hey, this one's got good stats, and good typing, and good moves. And
it does have those things.
Yeah. So, and it's got free booster energy, so it's got to be really good. You know, it's not going to be the number one on the ladder, but like in Draft League, it's going to be like an above-average contributor on your team.
And it's been performing in tournament as well. And then beyond that, we did Gengar, because one of the main things that it's been doing in tournament is clicking gravity for Hypnosis, predominantly from a Spathra, but from some other Pokemon, including Gengar as well. And then Tsareena, because it has type synergy.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a type rock, paper, scissors going here, where Tsareena beats Sandy Shocks, Shocks ground beats Gengar, and Gengar beats Tsareena.
Mostly picked Tsareena so that we didn't lose to opposing Earth ground moves in gravity.
Oh, yeah. Ground is strong here.
Yeah. So, the one queen's a shocking indictment indeed. So, Sandy Shocks. I made the joke that I would make here in the T-Tar video, so I didn't have a joke for Sandy Shocks, but it does have a very high special attack stat, a very high speed stat, and then pretty good defenses, right?
Yeah, if I was designing a Pokemon, this fits my sensibilities perfectly. Like, I'm not an all-out Pheromosa type, though I do enjoy a Pheromosa from time to time. Like, I want a Mon that's strong enough, fast enough, and that I can make bulky as needed to fit whatever scenario. I feel like you can get this guy to live stab super effective attacks with like careful investments. You can get it to live everything on Earth with a Shuka Berry, because everyone is throwing ground moves at this thing. But and you can outspeed base 100s. Like, it's such a lovely speed stat. Like, I love how flexible this Mon is. You can theoretically run Iron Defense Body Press on it because it's just got good all-around stats. But, like, you don't want to have two middling stats. So I like that it's got a clear, like, it encourages you to go this direction, right? Use Earth Power, one of the best attacks in the game. Use Thunderbolt, but also live hits and also go first. So it's just hard to beat a Sandy Shocks in all circumstances.
That is very true. I also think the attack stat's pretty interesting, because while you wouldn't expect to see this as a physical attacker, in draft, I think it's got the chops for it, right? It still wants Earthquake as stab, and 80 attack it's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's definitely usable, right?
I'm never planning it, but maybe against something.
Maybe against something, indeed.
Well, there's not a lot of like random Spadef walls in this format.
I was just thinking for the spread damage on Earthquake.
But you got that discharge.
You do. You know what? That you can use discharge. It's easier to have
a discharge fan.
It's easier to have a partner that's immune to ground than to electric, I think. But you know, it is an option.
It's the Terra generation, random ground types coming at you.
It is true.
Which I think weakens Sandy Shocks a little bit, right? Like, it has clear weaknesses, right? Yeah. Other ground mons are going to be tough for it, and grass mons in particular doesn't really hit grass mons at all. So, like, you're going to always have to fear that. But Sandy Shocks isn't the number one mon leading a team that everyone's, like, bringing 6 counters to. So it's going to be able to fly by under the radar and just get a lot of KOs, I think.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I think that why should you use Sandy Shocks on a team?
And gravity. How did we not talk about gravity?
Yeah. So
you
gravity,
mentioned it up front. Yeah.
Gravity is one of the major selling points behind Sandy Shocks. Because you click gravity and then it can hit any Pokemon with Earth Power for some damage, except for Orthworm, I think. I think Orthworm is still immune with Earth Eater, but the Levitate Mons aren't. And I'm having like a stroke mid-sentence again. And partner Pokemon, predominantly a Spathra, but also a few other Hypnosis users, can click Hypnosis next to it with 100% accuracy, which is pretty good. It turns out.
There's also just the you get to spam inaccurate moves. There's a lot of different inaccurate moves you could have going like Focus Blast, like Zap
Thunder.
Cannon on Sandy Shocks.
I mean,
87% accurate, and it's speed control.
That's true. Thunder is also speed control. So is Thunderbolt.
Yeah. Kind of.
I mean, like, if you just get it, right?
You know what's also speed control? Gengar. Gengar speed control.
Gengar is speed control. The game with the Jenga. The game with the blocks that fall over.
Jenga, yes.
Yeah, it was Jenga. You're an American. Jenga's like a game there. As long as it's not like late 2001. It was less popular in late 2001 for some reason.
Your sense of American culture is hit and miss.
No. Sorry, historically, after 9/11, Jenga saw a very steep decline in purchases for like half a year.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. That's an unexpected topic in a Mons video.
That's not the first time, I think. Oh, no, the other one was
All right,
JFK.
The Gengar, you got me saying it like that. It's very good.
Yeah,
it's a mod I've been
strong.
dying to draft, but like it's good enough to use on ladder because 130 special attack is legit. Ghost type is legit.
It's
Poison
also
type
a
is
fairy
occasionally
resist.
good too. Yes, it's a fairy resist.
It's a mod that is good because it punishes Fluttermane by being able to KO it and living Shadow Ball with Sash and not caring about Dazzling Gleam that much.
Probably live with Kasib as well.
I am not confident
Probably
in
live
that.
with random Terras as well.
Definitely.
Even Terra Poison, I'm guessing.
I imagine you would live with, I don't know, depends on the Fluttermane. Probably pretty strongly there. I think it depends a lot on the Fluttermane set. But it's strong, and that's one of the main selling points.
Basically, Fluttermane before Fluttermane. I mean, this is one of the more optimized Pokemon of the early days of GF.
Absolutely. 110 speed, 130 special attack, only 65 attack, and then, it's got decent enough special defense. This mon is capable of taking, your random neutral spread move pretty well, which is great in Terra, where you can make most moves randomly neutral. And on top of that, it starts with 2 immunities and a decent grouping of resists. Poison is a really secretly deadly type this gen. Like, it's absolutely been the poison renaissance because it just does a surprisingly good amount of damage on top of being able to have the ability to poison with Sludge Bomb or Spinef Drop with Acid Spray. So why is it that you're including Gengar on a team? Well, you just have a Pokemon that you would like to be able to threaten. My brain is forgetting the words again. Threaten Fluttermane with. You'd like to be able to dish out a lot of special damage, and you'd like to have that fast Icy Wind on, especially in the situation where you have booster energy on a different Pokemon than Fluttermane, because Fluttermane is otherwise probably a pretty good option. But if
in
you
a closed team
option,
sheet environment like Draft League, Gengar can do basically anything, like up to including Trick Room and Will-O-Wisp and Icy Wind
Absolutely.
and Hypnosis and everything else. But even in an open team sheet environment, Gengar, you can slot on 4 random moves, like sometimes Protect, but sometimes not even, because you have a move for basically every circumstance, right?
Yeah,
Icy
you've got that
Wind,
fast twist, you've got
Will-O-Wisp,
that Icy
Dual
Wind.
Stab.
Yeah.
It's always good. Like, there's always a move that you want to be clicking as Gengar, even when they know which 4 it is. It's going
Absolutely.
to be a relatively unpredictable one.
Absolutely. It's got it will generally be able to threaten at least one of their slots offensively, as well as being able to threaten support into whichever slot it can't, right? Because if you see King Gambit, it takes Shadow Ball Sludge Bomb pretty well, but it hates Wisp. And that's just kind of the nefarious thing. And, in the case of this video, Hypnosis. So,
Looking forward to it.
moving on from Django, we have Tsareena. Kamakura, yes, queen. This Pokemon.
I have no comment to what just transpired.
So, that's one for all of my Danganronpa 3 fans and how none of you exist. Especially for the dumb.
So this mod's kind of like a discount Farigiraf. It blocks priority.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen it cost less than Farigiraf. I've seen it cost the same and more, mostly. It's just like, it's a Pokemon that's strong, it's decently fast, it's got good defenses.
Yeah.
I think last time I used it, I set dual screens with it, which is, not something you would have necessarily predicted, but then you look at its defenses and you see that when it has screens up, it's generally going to be able to get the other one, and then also still dish out something like a drop kick that drops people one stage of attack. My brain is forgetting the difference between attack and special attack again. You know, it does really good damage with it's got Power Whip and High Jump Kick on top of like Low Kick and Play Rough. It lost Triple Axle from last gen, but even still, it's still got pretty good damage output. 120 attack is great, even if you don't bother investing. And yeah, it really is surprisingly hard to remove.
Like, I mean, it's good with Power Whip if they're not resisting. Grass has a lot of resistance. So.
Yeah, yeah.
I will echo you on the bulk, though. Like, people always go, like, oh, it's got a medium HP stat but a high defense stat. And they don't bother to actually do any math. Like, I've got the Poppin stats. Maybe we should link that in the description. But, like, when you average out Tsareena's HP and defensive stats, it's bulkier than 2/3 of fully evolved Pokemon on both sides. So it's objectively a pretty bulky Pokemon. So
it is.
To live those random hits,
it's a great
do what it wants to do, which like is sometimes productive. Like Power Whips are sometimes good. Sometimes it's Greens or Taunt. Like it's got a fairly good move pool. I kind of wish it still had Triple Axle, even if I don't like missing Triple Axle. I mean, like sometimes you're gonna have like no coverage.
Triple Axle is such a toxic move.
That aside, you kind of want the coverage, right? It struggles into flying types. But
luckily it has
it's a pretty
ice
reliable
moves. Terra Blast.
Well, that is an option. Unique access to Terra Blast. It's signature move.
Yep. One of the great things. Yeah, one of the great things about it is Queenly Majesty, which I don't think we mentioned yet, which is its signature ability that makes your team immune to priority moves.
It's not a signature ability because two mons have the same ability.
No other Pokemon has Queenly Majesty.
You're being silly. There are two abilities that are the same thing.
There are three.
And
there's
one
Dazzling,
of those mons.
Dazzling on Bruxish and Armor Tail on Pharaoh Giraffe.
Yes, and so two other Pokemon. And
but
so
they're called different things.
Is better. Don't at me. But Bruxish is worse.
Pharaoh Giraffe.
Tsareena is its own mon. It's pretty good. It can do a fair amount of things.
Tsareena is a physical attacker, and Pharaoh Giraffe is a special attacker. I'd say the main distinguishing thing about Tsareena is that if your team is very specially offensive, you probably don't want Pharaoh Giraffe. Because it will just be another Pokemon that gets blanked by like a Light Screen or a Snarl, whereas Tsareena will pretty reliably do damage even with like a support set. And I also do think Dropkick, its signature move, is also very good. You know, just getting good damage, even off a grass move, and -1 attack can be really good utility for your team.
Agree. Shall we fight with them?
Shall we fight with them? That's a... Sure, Jordan. Was it 103 today?
103.
Are you still in all of the mock games?
God.
All right.
We got a team. I'm arranged in speed order. Sorry, I didn't put the.
That's fine.
The feature mons up top.
I mean, I put the feature mons in the team first, and then I just kind of like, oh, we both ran Dragapult.
Yeah, in a priorityless environment, you want to go fast, right?
Indeed.
Yeah.
So you also ran Scarf Dragapult. Your silence is making me think that you did.
I mean, it's a reasonably fast Pokemon. So.
Did you say Dragapult is a reasonably fast Pokemon?
Yeah, it's reasonably fast.
You're right, technically not inaccurate.
Okay. Alright, we're just gonna go with the plan.
The plan. Oh yeah, sorry, the other thing about Power Whip is that you aren't missing in gravity.
There we go. It's like we planned this video.
I did plan this video. Alright. I have a comp. I have faith in the Iron Yug. Look, what? Oh. Sorry about that, guys.
I'm gonna guess your Iron Jugulis is Terra Poison.
Okay.
Let's go, we got places to be. We got content to make.
Are you on the wrong game?
Oh, I'm on game 3. Might be. Okay, might be.
Okay.
All right, let's do this.
I was very confused. Okay, we both went the
Booster
furthest
energy.
speed. Yeah, I know.
Booster energy.
That's crazy. Who would ever have gone booster energy? Also, I just realized I don't think I said Terras on like half of my Pokemon.
Do that.
Okay, very rude with the scarf. Wow, that damage is not great.
Yeah, I had an interesting Sandy over here.
I just noticed the Oranguru. I don't know how I completely blanked on it.
It's one of my favorite Pokemon. Big fan.
It is. It is a very good one.
They were ground, you say?
I wonder. It's not like you did literally exact the same thing.
Yeah. It's a pretty good move.
I do have an Oranguru video in the works.
Oh, baby. Great Mon.
It's very exciting. Not the Spidef drop. Not the miss! Oh my
I mean,
God.
you deserve it for going for Hypnosis. That was your sin.
That was my sin.
Let's go, Guru!
I mean, I have a max bulk Iron Jugulis. Wait, there's a Crabominable. I did not even notice half of the Pokemon you had on this team.
Pay some attention.
I'm not. I don't know what's going on with me right now.
I'm being mean. I apologize for being mean.
No, it's fine. It's called.
But this
banter.
Crabominable. Zacian better than, or sorry, Crabominable, the new Zacian?
I think it is. I think it is. That also gives me suspicions about what your Terra type might be. Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I won't do it. You can't make me. Yeah, I made a mistake in the game, and then I'm gonna suffer for it.
Good luck, have fun.
You too, my friend. Yeah, I didn't set Terra types off with these Pokemon in it. I am suffering for it.
Oh, I got the Heat Terra. I gotta hope to get to show one of or two of them off.
Oh, you're showing a Terra type off.
Gravity. Working against me.
That was the hope. I was the one that clicked it.
That was my turn for a reference that you didn't understand.
Ah.
That's a John Mayer song.
Gravity working against... Okay. You know, I think that when I say references that you don't get, you probably also have references that I don't get.
That's true. You don't have Protect on that game.
Oh my God, you crit me!
I did like 90 last game.
Yeah, but I clicked Hypnosis into the Dragapult.
Have you tried playing better? You'll get more crits that way.
I'm trying, but it's not working very well.
The Jordan plays toxic? Question mark?
It does seem like it at this current point in time.
Oh, nice live. Wow, is that Banded? That was a lot of damage.
It's Terra, so...
Oh, Terra, okay. Ah, it's almost
Okay.
like I wanted to die.
I'm very sorry to hear that. Should I give you, like, find the number for, like, an American, like, healthcare service, you know? Not healthcare, what's it called? Mental thing? I cannot English right now.
No, but you can lose in Trick Room.
I do think that is correct, you know?
Guru is so good.
It seems to me
love
like,
how reliable it is.
Alright, just go dodge the 10% Ice
New
Hammer.
edition.
Sorry, 90% Ice Hammer, I mean. In Gravity, by the way. Just to be clear, that I understand that there's no chance of me dodging it. Okay.
Do you want to do another one for funds?
I mean, yeah, I always play the game 3.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Tsareena is not super great in this matchup, as it turns out. Like,
well,
Gengar is
you did
pretty
kind of
scary
bring
for it.
several Pokemon that hard beat Tsareena. And a Scarf Gengar.
You're supposed to
Also,
forget
no
about the
priority
Scarf by
moves.
game 3.
I'm supposed to forget about the Scarf by game 3, eh?
So yeah, Gravity did not do a lot, as it turns out.
I mean, you did crit the Pokemon that was abusing it.
I double targeted it, and I would do 90 anyway.
Yeah, but I clicked Hypnosis into the Dragapult.
I see. Okay.
I did say that at the time.
Sorry about the crit then.
It's like, I mean, I don't really care that much about losing, but what really grinds my gears is not being able to show off the prep. Yep, what really grinds my gears.
Tsareena.
You really went all out just to beat Tsareena. Like,
Terra Bug is really good. It resists ground. And
it does
beats
resist
grasses,
ground.
which are the natural thing you bring against Sandy Shocks. Though, nice double up.
I mean, I think I've
Not
lost,
lived
right?
long.
Because you've got the Scarf
think so.
Gengar, which is the fastest mon. Well, why is it faster than my Sandy Shocks? Oh no, it's 110. I don't know how I forgot.
Yeah.
For some reason I was thinking it was base 100 for a second, and I couldn't explain that to you. But yeah, I didn't set Terra types on Sandy Shocks, Tsareena, Gengar, Dragapult, Vaporeon.
Alright, what's your first thought? What Terra would you put on Sandy Shocks?
I probably would have actually gone with Terra Ground, but it's Terra Electric by default, which means I can't.
It's good though. You lose 3/4 of your weaknesses.
Right, but I'm still weak to ground, which is the important one.
Which is why you run the meta Terra Bug.
Yeah, that's true. I actually do think Terra Bug is good.
Nice. Ooh, okay.
Oh, Icy Wind. I would have made a very different play if I thought you were going for Icy Wind.
The Curse Body proc. 30% of the time, it works every time.
30% of the time, it is 100% of the time. Like, comment, and subscribe, folks. You see it there on the screen.
Nice Terra.
I didn't think that my thumbnail for Tsareena was particularly anything.
Don't act like you're doing great damage into Tsareena. Or into, this beefy Shocks over here.
I wanted to get the accuracy drop so that you would have to click the funny move. I've already forgotten what the funny move is, so I'm not going to comment any further.
I got multiple funny moves up my sleeve. Get parried. Get parried.
I'm going to try not to. I'll do my best.
Gotta say, it's not looking super great for you.
You know, I think that's a reasonable criticism.
Yeah. Not to be mean. Like, you're a lovely player.
I'm a lovely player.
And who, by the way, Mancini the Amazing, having another great run in the BBL draft league. You should watch that.
I feel like I've had a really poor season. Like I'm barely in contention for playoffs.
You're doing well.
I think that is officially game.
It's not like the citrus berry Vaporeon is doing much at +0. I assume you have Calm Mind.
That is true. I just
That's
need
it. Vaporeon's really good.
I wanted to put it in range of Sandy Shocks, ideally. But yeah, I mean, I'm walled by your Sandy Shocks and Tsareena.
Lack of gravity working against me.
Indeed.
Let's go the reeds.
Yeah, that booster energy is really strong because it means my Scarf does nothing.
I just love the benefits of Scarf without the downsides of Scarf. Like obviously you lose it on Switch, but like
it's pretty good.
It's a really good asset for us. Yo, you also had Zen Headbutt. Cool.
Yeah, for Gengar.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Look, I brought Scarf on my Tsareena, but that was super hard outmatched by your Scarf on Gengar.
I thought you were gonna bring Scarf Dragapult. That would have been a reasonable bring.
You know what?
I'll just send you the paste.
I mean, I was choice banded.
There we go. Okay.
It was like didn't do that much damage as well. You know. I only Terra Dragon so that I wouldn't be weak to Ghost.
Yeah, no, the stab Terra is underrated, right? Just for removing weaknesses.
Again, it was the auto Terra. When I put the Pokemon in, it picked that type, and I had not changed it, and I don't know why. I'm going to make sure I've done that in future videos. I had Terra Grass on Vaporeon and Terra Ground on Iron Jugulis, and I hadn't changed the rest.
Check out my heat.
Like a bulky Assault Vest version.
So, the reason that I ended up with Crabominable is I was looking for mons with Wide Guard, and already your list is pretty slim. And it also had Earthquake, which, as you noted, ground strong in the matchup.
Yep.
And it had Ice.
Yeah, so, I mean, Crabominable's a pretty good mon. Like, it's got positions
like,
where
I've
it's
never
very strong.
seen it before. Basically ever, never seen it. And Poppin's the only one I've seen use it, and he hates it, so...
I thought it was pretty good. There was, like, the early Gen 7. It was alright for a bit as one of the Trick Room abusers, but it lost very hard to Alola Marowak. So you kind of, like, had to commit, like, a Z-Ground, which was not an amazing feeling. But Ice Hammer and Close Combat are absurdly strong.
Agree.
So, yeah, it's pretty good.
So I had the Wide Guard for Discharge.
Yep.
It blocks your own Discharge.
Yeah. I had
the Terra Ground for the Earthquakes, and then Telepathy Guru, and then Protect on some mons. Like
I just don't think I had the correct resources to get through your team.
So Tsareena was struggling in this matchup a little bit.
Tsareena
I mean,
was...
in general, I say Tsarena's not in the best spot unless it has a good matchup with like Terra Fairy and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like, we've seen some Tsareena placements.
Really?
Yeah, but not like... There's only both Tsareena and Farigiraf have had some placements. A lot less than in DD. Like a lot less than in DD. But, you know, they both have specific niches. I think Gravity Support is good for Tsareena. Like, I think that Sandy Shocks enables Tsareena well. But obviously... the rest of the issues also then happen after that, right? I can send you my paste as well. So I think there's definitely use cases for Tsareena. I think that it is strong. I do think it's good screen setter, especially if you have a team that's relatively priority weak.
It's not a good screen setter. It is a screen setter.
I mean,
I'd say it's one of the best slow screen setters I can think of.
Yeah. Like it's in a medium speed thing where it's a good screen setter to try and disable like opposing Trick Room, and Dropkick is really good into Dondozo, which is a big thing. But I didn't bring Dropkick because I didn't think you were going to bring Dondozo. I hoped you won't. I would have cried. I had an out into Dondozo. It's called Muddy Water.
Assault Vest Juggy.
Yeah,
Tsareena.
I mean, the Jugulis didn't take that much damage, right?
Yeah, no, that was
It just didn't do much. Which I think is the broader issue with Iron Jugulis.
Yeah, I think this team needed scaling, so Calm Mind, you just didn't get enough time.
Yeah, it was never really in position.
Tough
I think I
matchup
needed
for a
Trick
water
Room, to
type.
be honest.
Makes sense that you tear grass, though.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So random prep, go. I won this time, but
Random
you'll win
prep
next
go
time.
indeed. We'll see. I think I did win last time, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So you know what? 1-on-1. We're gonna have to keep coming on to see who is ultimately the best player. So leave your
Stay
comments
tuned
down
for the
below.
next
Yeah.
VGC Draft League and demonstration.
VGC analysis and demonstration.
A and D.
Also and.
And
Yep, that's the.
see you in the next one, y'all.
Thanks, guys.